All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Joi Baby is the most impactful player since her arrival. What about that one?
Wait. Joi Baby is the most impactful player since her arrival.
Yeah.
Who else would be more impactful than her if she showed up? I mean, like...
I'm just... No, like, to the game.
Gotcha.
She's been a more impactful player on the team to the team since her arrival.
I agree.
Yeah?
Oh, well, okay, so here's the thing. Like, you say her name gets me every time. It's a really, like, Bibi.
Oh, my.
Well, I mean, like...
We're hung up on a name?
Yeah.
Joi Baby?
Yeah, Joi Baby.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I think that she has been a really great asset. Her height, just, like, I just think that she's really come in. I was so excited to hear about her signing and extension of that. I'm sure you were going to talk about that a little bit. Sorry, I probably jumped totally forward.
I actually.
But anyway, I was really excited. You were literally just like chatting it up, saying, "Hey,
7-game." They're 7-day. I thought that was a clue that's when Caitlin Clark would be back, and then maybe they would do something with Colson because Colson.
And that's what I was saying too. I was like, I don't know that we need Sydney Colson. And then she shot a 3 like as soon as I said that and kind of shut me up, and I was like, okay, I see. But I know I hear a lot about Sydney Colson saying that like she's like vibes. That's why they keep her as a part of the team and things. I'm not seeing it, and maybe that's just me, but I'm not seeing that as to be the worth that it to keep her on. So I was hoping that, they wouldn't have to make that trade for one for the other. So to be able to hear that they went ahead and extended that for the year, and keeping Sydney Colson to give the variety for the team, I think that, and you seem to be indifferent about that, like what you felt about keeping her in and stuff like that.
I take it. I could see it. I could see the lineup of the lining up of the contract with Bibby being the ousting of Colson whenever Caitlin came back. I could see that kind of chess piece move. But whenever Bibby got signed, that's great. Yeah. I feel secure in that. Now they don't have to necessarily. Maybe that's not the clue that they have to make that decision.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm Kevin. This is my wife, Alexis. We are happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports networks.
Yes. Welcome back in. The Fever extended their win streak to 4 after 2 wins this week. That's longer than any win streak with Caitlin Clark in her career. Let's go all in.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at All Indiana Sports or on Twitter, X at All Indie Sports.
I like what you did there. You're trying to figure out like Twitter, X, like
blend it together.
Yeah.
Some of the best in the biz. That's how they say it. Twitter X. Man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's first start with the game against the Mercury. First meeting of theirs this season. So Sophie going up against her old team. Duana Bonner getting booed every time she touched the ball and anytime she came in the game for the way that she abandoned the Fever in the early part of the season.
Yeah, and
because she wasn't getting started. Where she's also not getting started?
Yeah.
The Mercury.
Yeah. You got to earn that spot.
She, from her perspective, I think that she believes that her career has earned that.
Yeah, but
her play, maybe not, but she also has 4 Olympians on that team against the Mercury.
Yeah.
The Fever beat.
I think that, going back to since that seniority you're kind of talking about with her, I don't know as an adult you should ever feel like there's seniority in something. You should always be working for that. And I think that's the way that we should be raising our athletes is to go, this is not about seniority. This is all about if you're talking seniority, then you're talking retirement age. Therefore, we don't need you.
Ooh.
So I think that should never be a conversation of, oh, well, I've been playing this many years. I've been around the league, blah, blah, blah. Like, that means that you're getting closer to an age where they may not need you. So I just think that's a really...
It's time to put them out to pasture.
Yeah.
Like my Nana. It's a Wreck-It Ralph reference.
Yeah.
Turnovers were a problem early in the game.
Yeah.
But Arie McDonald...
They seem to figure it out.
Had a career high 27 points, 17 of those in the first half alone.
Yeah. And then she slowed down. Like, it slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a pretty...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty hefty. But they needed it.
Yeah.
They needed it with the turnovers that were happening and things.
Mm-hmm.
And you could definitely see that the team at that point in time with the turnovers were trying to figure out, okay, what does it look like to play this team, and like where they needed to fill gaps and where they were finding some weaknesses and things. So I think they needed to make some mistakes to be able to figure those things out, because that's how do you learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to do it on quick in the play. Like, that's coachability. I love seeing that kind of play when you can correct something in game and not have to do it, at a later time. So awesome.
Dantes had 12 points off the bench. Joi Baby, 10 off the bench. Aaliyah Boston, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 17 of those points in the fourth quarter alone. Another double-double again for Aaliyah Boston.
But do you see what happened there? They played as a team and they figured out.
Okay, Arie came early.
Yeah,
Aaliyah
absolutely.
Boston
She finished it. Yeah, but that's incredible teamwork that they are figuring out. It may have happened by accident, but you can tell that they're working to figure out a flow within their team, and I love that.
Yeah. Sophie Cunningham was the other double-digit scorer with 12. Really came down to this. The Fever forced 19 turnovers and scored 25 points off of those turnovers.
Yeah. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was really, really impressive basketball. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I love that kind of on the fly defensive, I love defensive play and being able to, I'm a defender at heart, and that scrappy, challenge me type of play. That's so fun to watch. It's a lot of fun whenever you get to experience and watch a game like that. So
Open Goal can help you with your turnovers by just getting their rebounder and goal set up. Click the link in the description for more. That leads us to the Wings game in Dallas, in our neck of the woods. The story is not turnovers in this one. The Fever had a season high 19 turnovers and still pulled out a 10-point win somehow. So the story of this game did not come from turnovers.
No, I think that they did a really good job from the very get-go. I mean, within the first minute, right? We were talking about how they were doubling up on Paige and just shutting her down really fast. Mm-hmm. Because the thing is, what I said is, she's a great player, but if you're doubling her like that and playing that kind of defense, she's going to wear down really fast because she's going to have to work harder.
Yep.
So she'll be tired quicker. So I thought that was really smart of them to come out strong that way. So
Arie came to play again with 15 points along with 6 assists.
Yeah.
Joi Baby can help you with assists and your little one with their sleep sacks and matching crib sets. Click the link in the description for more. What do you think about Arie's play?
I think she seemed to be consistent through the whole. There was never a time that we saw the game before where she came out really strong at one point and then kind of dwindled her out. Seems like I'm okay.
Even a 3 in junk time.
Yeah, exactly. So I was really impressed by her just consistency throughout the whole, and the way she was able to make play happen, that was awesome. She did a great job. So
speaking of consistency, Kelsey with 23, but the front court had another what I call a double. Aaliyah Boston, you had 2 players.
Okay.
Double.
Yeah.
Aaliyah Boston with 12 points, 11 rebounds. Natasha with 11 points and a season high 16 rebounds.
I mean, she.
Normally, you're trying to get the the rebounds to get, like, once you get your 10th rebound, now you're in a double. She was fighting to get into double digits in the points to match the rebounds.
Yeah, she really was able to use her wingspan and that, like, what they brought her on for was, you know, to be able to block and to be able to really care for the goal that way, or the basket that way. And anyway, so I think that that was really, really beneficial. Can I pop back to Kelsey Mitchell, though, just real quick? Super impressed by her ball handling skills. Like, and the cockiness was just chef's kiss. Like, I was so happy to see her playing that way so quickly.
Right.
Like, and it was, like, so easy and so, like, it was a lot of fun to watch that.
25 assists total in the game, and that first one from Kelsey, where it was like almost like a no look behind the back post and the side,
so
and
smooth.
She just started.
She didn't even look back. She knew. She was like,
She just started walking away.
I know. I was like, okay, that's how we're gonna start this game. I was like, yes, ma'am. I see you. So
combine that with 12 of 28 from 3-point compared to 2 for 15 for the Wings.
Yeah.
And so they did a double on the front court and then still shot 43% from 3-point. That is what we call an inside-out game.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
It was a great game. And I mean, I was so thankful to see them to be able, a lot of times we have seen them dwindle down that lead and not been able to hold on to that lead. And
there was some threat of that.
Yeah. I did see that. Up. I did see that. But, and I honestly think that Sophie Cunningham was a huge part of that really consistent defensive, when
she was on page most of the night.
She was on, and she came in at points when it was like, okay, I see that we're kind of like shaky a little bit here, and she would just amp up and everybody would come to meet her. Like they matched her in that energy. So that's really an incredible player to have on the court. I have no idea why anybody let her go. I cannot tell you.
That's why they call it a trade. Somebody got something, and
but it was not enough. They did not utilize this
apparently
woman
not, because
in the way.
the Fever just beat the Mercury.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they did not utilize this woman the way that she needed to utilize. And apparently she needed the coaching staff. And I know that we have talked about Stephanie, like, back and forth, but Kevin, I think that she just needed, I think maybe, and I said this earlier, I said, you were like, maybe it's the coaching, maybe it's the coaching, maybe it's the coaching. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then I finally was like, maybe it's the coaching, right?
You're welcome.
And then, but
you'll catch up.
But what are we seeing?
Rotation.
So her coaching is working.
But
she's taking some big risks, though. She's also bringing on Bibby and doing some things like that. That people are going, whoa, what is she doing? She's making some really big, bold moves that I think that are, I think and if you go back to in the podcast, I said this, we don't always see what's happening behind closed doors, right? So while we see Stephanie maybe sucking at coaching, that may not be what actually is happening. It's almost as if somebody was like, she was an ultimatum, and those personal days could very well be tied to something like this.
I think that she is a great equipper.
Yeah, she is.
And I think that she...
What is a coach supposed to do? She's equipping her team.
Yeah, I think
exactly what a coach
really
is.
Equipping Austin Kelly to be... Whether it's the next Fever coach or a coach somewhere else, she is growing coaches.
He is brilliant with plays, and she
knows how to
utilize that out of him, and he knows his players well enough to know what kind of plays to draw that really accentuate the gifts and the strengths that the players have. So hats off to you guys.
And
I think coaching is going well. I love it.
In the within this win streak, the big difference, I know I always kind of point out like the big difference in this game, that game. Overall, it's the defense. The defense has ramped up. They have communicated and played better team defense. And you play better team defense, that leads to better offense,
Yes.
better,
and it's fast.
communication
It's
overall.
fast-paced play too. Like when you add that in, that's really hard for teams to stand up against unless they're just really having off days and it's not falling, which we've seen from them too. They do well, and then when they come back, is the next game going to be a game where they're like, you know, falling and they just can't make anything hit the. But hold on, wait.
Okay.
When's Caitlin Clark coming back?
Well, I don't know.
Like when? I think 2 games from now.
Well, okay. We'll look at the schedule ahead here.
Yeah.
In a second, and maybe you can comment where you think they'll come in here at the end.
Okay.
If you're struggling with things like training your puppy, Farm Hounds has got you covered with good, healthy treats. That's why we love them at Country Mountain Dogs, our other thing that we do. Click the link in the description for more. But that's it for today. We'll be back on Sunday to break down the game with the Storm in Seattle. Liam and I are going to be back on Monday to talk about another week of Colts camp and the first preseason game coming up. Then we'll be back later this week as the Fever continue out west with rematches against LA and Phoenix before returning home for the 3rd game of the year against the Sky.
This is Alexis.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.